What's up, everybody? I'm Greg Goldner, and welcome inside the green room. And I'm alongside of, who are you again?
Colette Brooks.
Colette Brooks,
Hello.
the lovely CB. You're always here, always dropping dynamite knowledge on us. Hey, today's show is going to be awesome. We're going to talk about a 14-year-old girl over in the UK who has combined technology and recycling, and it will blow your mind.
14?
14.
Wow. Okay. Then we're going to go inside the green room, and we're going to talk to a real energy guru, Matt Hennigan.
So, what do you know about smart cars? What do you know?
That they're really smart and they're really small.
They are, and now they're really electric.
Wow.
As you can see from this video here, Smart Car just released their electric car called the Electric Drive, fully battery powered. And I'm about to blow your mind with this. You know how you charge it? Any 110-volt socket in your house.
So
Just
it's
plug
like,
it in.
yeah, a smart car, toaster. They kind of look the same. Wow.
What do you think?
I think
Gimmick
it's
or here to stay?
No, I think it's here to stay. I think it's awesome. It's the fact that, first of all, the smart car being so small, you can actually park perpendicular in a parking spot. My friend has one and did it. It was a riot.
Then you get half off the meter if you
There
do that.
you
You'll take up half
go.
the
There you
spot.
go. But having it electric as a commuter car
Sure.
and having such a small footprint, no pun intended,
Right.
I think it's genius. And 110 volt, that means anybody can do it.
Anybody.
The barrier of putting a 220 in there and going to that expense
Right.
is removed.
Well, because then you incur the expenses of obviously your electric bill around the house, but you incur the expense of having to get a bigger battery outlet pack to charge it.
But you know what? It's like a big toaster.
Yeah,
It
true,
is.
true. And here's some more stuff for you. It's offered in 8 colors and starts at $12,490.
I want one.
I mean,
That's awesome.
that's unbelievable. And this is what's great. Any problems with the battery, because I imagine that's where your people are seeing a lot of problems now, or with the batteries in these battery-powered cars. It's on them for the life of the car. Replace your battery.
That's amazing.
So this next topic, I'm glad we talked a little bit before we got into this, because you said you know more about it, but let's call it the power of P. The power of P. Seems inappropriate, but it's actually very appropriate, and thankfully we don't have any video of this.
Yes.
But researchers from the University of the West in England have found a way to charge your phone with urine. It's not a joke.
Question.
Yes.
Human urine or animal urine or any kind of urine? Does it matter?
I don't know if they've gotten that deep into the study yet.
Is there a urine connoisseur?
There might be.
Maybe.
I don't want to comment on that.
Oh, you're in luck.
See what you did there.
Sorry.
Anyway, so basically, let me just give you some of the facts. The charger makes a microbial fuel cell, which uses the bacteria in urine to break down organic matter and turn it into electricity. You're shaking your head. You know about this kind of.
I know about the power of P,
Okay.
but not in terms of the power of P,
Sure.
meaning electricity,
Right.
but just that it's actually good for kitchen gardens and plants. There are nutrients, of course, in the P, so I'm not surprised.
Well, it's amazing. Apparently, they're saying that urine has the strongest content of organic matter and is best suited for this kind of breakdown and rejuvenation process, to where their ultimate goal that they're doing this in England is to have urinals where you put your phone, plug it in or put it on, and it charges while you're peeing.
Maybe you can actually fill your electric smart car with urine
it's
and
crazy.
drive on.
All right, from one waste to another. Singing garbage trucks in Taiwan. Now this, I think, is fantastic, and we have video, which is awesome, because you can actually see this now. 5 days a week, during the evening, a garbage truck comes through, plays music throughout the neighborhood, okay? It's followed by a recycling truck. So, of course, it's a bit gimmicky with the garbage truck, right? But then you also have the recycling truck, so people want to participate in both. And it's teaching kids and it's building the sense of community at a young age to recycle and to throw away trash and not just throw it out the window or on the street.
That is genius.
Yeah?
That's genius.
You like it?
It's almost like the old ice cream truck that used to come by with music. So when the families or when the kids hear that music, instead of going out and getting a fudgesicle or
Sure.
whatever, they're throwing their recycling out.
They're throwing their trash where the trash belongs, and they're throwing their recycling where the recycling belongs. It's amazing. They're talking about how it's become really a family event.
I love it.
The kids learn at a young age what they're doing and the importance of it, and it's people love just the sense of community that it's building, because you're out there with all your neighbors waiting on this truck, and it comes through and there's music. I mean, what better?
Yeah, maybe Lady Gaga will perform and like, do the trash tour.
Yeah,
I don't know.
She's probably worn an outfit of trash, so who knows? Anyways, all right, next up, we're going inside the green room with our energy guru.
Even if a signal indicates it's safe to walk, it's never safe unless drivers see you. Last year, 113 pedestrians were injured in Santa Monica. You don't have to go to extremes to get a driver's attention. It just takes a little eye contact. Take the right steps to be safe. Watch the road.
I'm super excited to welcome inside the green room Matt Hennigan from the Office of Sustainability and the Environment, City of Santa Monica, and
He's a guru.
he's an energy guru.
You're an energy guru.
Thanks for saying so.
I want some of that.
Guru us. Tell us. Let's start off with this. The City of Santa Monica continuously sets the bar when it comes to being eco-friendly, being green, obviously energy conservation.
We like to think so.
What are some cool things we're doing?
Well, we're hoping that by taking the lead as the city in city facilities, that it sets an example for the rest of the community. And so lately, we've been working on bringing down energy use in our facilities. And you may notice new lights in our Civic Center parking structure and in our library parking garage underneath the main library. And there's two things to notice about these lights. Number one is that they're LEDs. So the LEDs that we've put in use about a quarter of the electricity that the old lights used to use. But the second thing you'll notice is that when no one's nearby, a motion sensor detects that and dims the light to about half the light output. So that's maybe an eighth of what the old lights used.
Wow.
So all night long, when those facilities aren't really getting used, or in certain areas of the parking garage where people don't go, we're saving even more energy.
Wow.
And
that's eventually, sorry to cut you off,
please.
Saving more money.
And saving money for the city, that's right. There's no need to waste money, and we certainly don't want to waste energy.
And it's setting an example for the rest of us.
Right. People see these technologies in use in public buildings, and they say, maybe I could apply that to my home.
Well, we've got LED lights available for our homes as well.
That's right.
Yeah.
I put them in my house.
Yeah.
They're available
Yeah.
at these, retailers, and they're coming down in price.
Right.
And the quality is great. They look just like an incandescent light, but it's a fraction of the energy use.
Right.
And we tell people, before you start thinking about solar, the cheapest way to bring your energy use down is with lighting and other energy efficiency upgrades around the house.
Well, I like the fact that they're motion sensor too.
Yeah.
I'm totally gonna put those in my house and mess with all my friends.
I-
they're gonna start walking around the house. Your lights aren't working. No, just keep walking.
Right.
Right,
Just
just
keep walking.
give it a
Right,
wave,
right.
right.
No, so it's so true. I mean, I got my Edison bill this month, of course, as I do every month, $10.86.
What?
That is impressive. And you've got solar panels
I have
on your house.
solar panels on the house. I've got motion sensor lights. I've got LED. I shut lights off. I mean, I'm really, we adjust at the end of the year, but it's still a fraction of what I'd be paying if I didn't have solar.
Well, you're getting very close to the goal of net zero energy. And that's the ultimate goal of where all this is going, is that a building can produce as much energy as it consumes. And that's the future. That's where we're trying to take our city facilities, and we're going to start seeing a lot of the new buildings that are built to this net zero standard.
Will the city extend any kind of incentive to its residents within the Santa Monica boundaries to participate in the same way?
Well, I think we do one better than an incentive, because there are incentives. There's federal tax credits for solar. There are state incentives. But we have a program called Solar Santa Monica that, instead of just piling another incentive on there, really holds your hand and helps you navigate the solar purchase process. Because we find that people have never done this before. And the decision, how many panels do I need? What's the best investment? Do I lease? Do I buy? Do I finance this? There's a lot of questions.
Wait, you can lease solar panels? You don't have to buy them?
Absolutely. And we're seeing
awesome.
most of the installations today in Santa Monica are a lease model, where there's no money down and you're paying your power bill to your solar provider instead of to the utility.
Interesting.
It really lowers
So-
those barriers to entry.
So just so I can wrap my head around this, because this is blowing my mind already, but so you're saying that you don't have to flat out spend a lot of money to
Right.
get these solar panels.
It can be tens of thousands of dollars if
Sure.
you buy it yourself, and sometimes that really is the best payback and the best investment. But if that initial cost is a barrier, there's financing and there's leasing options that our Solar Santa Monica program can help you navigate and compare and really make sure you're making the best investment and the best use of your rooftop.
Are you guys working with multifamily units also and landlords? I would assume, apartment buildings would be an incredible resource.
So that's been a tough market for solar,
Sure.
but a new-ish program called virtual net metering allows, for example, a condo association to put solar panels on the roof and then virtually assign the power that it's producing to each unit in the building.
Wow.
So the homeowners association could purchase this or finance it and assign the credit to the residents.
That's amazing.
Tell me about, speaking of credit, tell me about some of the rebates that are floating around out there that most people probably don't know about, just for making that switch to be a little more eco, a little more green.
Yeah.
You can get it back. You can get rebates.
Absolutely. A lot of this stuff, you end up saving money. And for a lot of people, that's the motivation. It's not an environmental motivation at all.
Sure.
Southern California Edison has great rebates, as does the gas company. But one program that puts all those rebates together with a qualified installer is called Energy Upgrade California. And I encourage everybody, and this works for apartment buildings as well as single-family homes, call a contractor off that Energy Upgrade California list, and the program starts with an assessment of your home to find, where is the air leaking, what appliances are inefficient, what can be done, and really picking the most cost-effective measures to bring your power bill down and also maximize your rebates.
So it's like an energy audit.
It's an energy audit for your home.
You know what's funny is I just read, I saw on Twitter last week, it was, there's a company out of Scottsdale that's calling themselves the energy auditors. And they come out to your home and they do an assessment and say, here's where you can cut down on this, here's where you can cut down on that. If you put solar panels in, here's how much you'll save based off this. If you do this, you switch out your LED. It just, from the littlest thing from switching out to LEDs to the biggest thing, let's call it putting solar panels on roofs, that's what they do. They come in, they do an energy audit.
Absolutely, and energy efficiency is becoming a huge industry and bringing lots of jobs to California. So it saves money and it helps our economy.
I'll bet your job didn't exist at the city, 5-10 years ago?
The city of Santa Monica has been doing this for a long time, so I wouldn't be surprised if it did, but you're right. This is a growing field, and as technology changes, new opportunities, LEDs weren't around 5 or 10 years ago. These motion control technologies are relatively new, and now that they're affordable, buildings that were fully energy efficient now have opportunities for upgrades.
I mean, when we talk about changing the game in the field of energy, I mean, this is job creation also, is it not?
That's cool.
You look at, upstream and downstream benefits here. Kids can find career paths or pursue career paths in energy management, or whether they become auditors or solar installers or whatever. I mean, I think it's fantastic.
Speaking of game changers,
Yes.
you're going to hang with us for the rest of the show, right?
Looking forward to
If
it.
you're not, I just put you on the spot, so now you have to. But speaking of game changers, let's talk about Walmart coming up next, because they are changing the solar game.
Hey, Mom. Yes, I'm home. Saved you some dinner.
Plan now for a major earthquake. Contact the Santa Monica Office of Emergency Management. Don't be caught in the dark.
Well, we told you just before the break that Walmart is a game changer, and they really are. They're a solar game changer. The EPA says Walmart is one of the top users and producers of on-site renewable energy, and as of now, they have the biggest solar presence of any other company in Hawaii, Ohio, and Massachusetts. What does this tell you? As an energy guy, what does this tell you about Walmart?
Right. Well, Walmart wouldn't be doing this unless there was a return on investment in brand value, but also dollars and cents in the operation of their facilities. And I think it's great because other companies are going to see that Walmart's doing that and realize there's a business case for solar power and follow suit.
Now, this might be kind of a leading question because I know you're super eco, super green, but you're also the CEO of a business. What would be that tipping point for you to say, I need to get more eco. Let's say I need to install solar.
I think again, if you own your own building, you have to start there. If you don't, you get LED lights and you reduce consumption in different ways. But again, it is, I think part is passion, part is a belief, another part is an economic play. There's got to be an ROI, there's got to be an upside, and then I know specifically with respect to Walmart, they have a sustainability mandate that's pretty aggressive.
Sure.
They have to cut back on packaging by, I don't know, X% by 2015, and their overall sustainability metrics will be greatly reduced if indeed they go solar, and apparently they are.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Here's some more stats and figures for you. State of Ohio says this is the largest commitment ever made by a business in the efforts of solar. In Hawaii, what they've done already is taking the equivalent of 2,000 cars off the road in a 10-year span. And their goal, and you kind of touched on it, is to be 100% supplied by renewable energy in the very near future. All right, moving on to caught green-handed. I know you don't know, so I'll fill you in. This is when we talk about someone who we've found doing something green. There is a teen in the UK, a 14-year-old in the UK, who has created Jazzy Recycling. Jazzy Recycling is an app that encourages kids in particular, but people to recycle. You can scan a barcode and it can give you points for the size of the item when it gets recycled. It can use your GPS to show you where the closest recycling is. This is a 14-year-old.
I think this is genius because in terms of recycling, there is misconception about it. And I think when people take that object and insert it in that black hole, they feel like their part has been done, and the onus is no longer on them. But oftentimes, once it goes into that recycling bin, it doesn't always get to the recycling facility or recycled down. So the fact that there is data points in her technology where you can actually quantify what it is that you're throwing away, I think provides incentive to do so more.
14 years old, Zia Tongman. That's her name.
That's amazing.
Awesome name, by the way. An awesome recycling app.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you think?
I'm going to download it when I get out of this interview. That's great.
It's crazy. I mean, she's really designed this in a way. And I checked out this website, and I mean, she's on another level. I mean,
I was going to say, is she some math nerd?
No, but she just gets it, and you can scan. Like I said, you can scan items. You get points for rewards and social incentives. You can share it on Facebook, on Twitter with your friends, and say, "Hey, look, I just got 500 points for recycling 15 glass bottles or whatever."
That's fantastic.
That's awesome.
If you can make it fun, people will do it.
That's right.
Well, keep that in mind. You know what? We're gonna take a quick break, but coming up next, this is her favorite part when she just gets to go on a rant where we don't know that, we tell people you don't know green, and she gets to say, you don't know green.
You're going to like this one.
I can't wait.
Hey! I don't know you.
Some problems are just too big to ignore. But don't take matters into your own hands. With the help of a mediator, you can find a solution. Mediators are volunteer professionals who can help you resolve issues without the high cost of legal fees.
Wonder if he's single.
Hey, I saw him first.
Call us or reach out on the web if you'd like to volunteer or donate.
It's all about you not knowing green, thus you don't know green. Drop it on us. What do you got?
I know green a little bit.
Yeah, you do know green.
Yeah, so another pet peeve, and you guys see it. I mean, everybody sees it, right? You're driving down Santa Monica Boulevard, and there are auto dealers everywhere, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
And that's a good thing.
Sure.
It's a good thing. Good for the economy, great. But at night, what is it? It's like the lights are, well, they're brighter than the studio.
Sure.
So the energy consumption and the light pollution and the waste that occurs, the energy waste, is off the charts.
Agreed. However, there's got to be an exception. I mean, for them, these lights illuminate the cars to keep, for security purposes. I mean, keep people from breaking into the car. Let's be honest. If you go into an alley, there's a car in an alley and it's really dark, you're probably that's gonna be a better target versus if it's in the open and well lit up.
A German Shepherd and a headlight will take care of all of that. That aside, they could go with, like our guest Matt said, our guru Matt said, LEDs, motion sensors, really to reduce the energy consumption, whether it's 20%, 30%. It's huge because the blaring lights, I mean, they're just completely off the charts, and there are so many dealerships,
Right.
and the lights are on, 24/7. So I think if we could look at or encourage some sort of an alternative that incorporates, if they can't do solar, I mean, solar would be amazing.
So
but
German Shepherds is what you're getting
German Shepherds with a headlamp, that's what I'm thinking.
at. German Shepherds with like one of those Petzl
Little
headlamps?
headlamp, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it makes sense to
That'll
me.
do it.
All right, hey, I hate to say it, but we get to this point every time in a show where it's the end of a show.
Oh.
Favorite part? What do you got?
I like my rant. I like the German Shepherd with the headlamp.
Yeah?
I'm thinking there's something there.
Well, this is season 2 of the show, and we've never really had an energy guru on until today. So, Matt, you were my favorite part. It's amazing the extents and the links that the city of Santa Monica is going to with energy. And, I mean, look, we talked all about rebates.
Yeah,
People
well,
can put money back in their pocket.
Exactly, and it's now available not just to the city or not just to corporations like Walmart, but to consumers.
Done and done. The show is done. I'm Greg Goldner. Who are you?
Colette Brooks.
Colette Brooks. We're out.